Now, let's talk about another common myth that often leads to unnecessary fear and misunderstanding. Many people believe that Alzheimer's is purely genetic, meaning if your parents or grandparent had it, then you're doomed to develop it too. But the truth is, while genetics can play a role, lifestyle factors have an enormous impact on brain health, even more than most people realize. Think about it. If Alzheimer's was purely genetic, then everyone with a family history of the disease would be guaranteed to develop it. But that's not the case at all. In reality, only a small percentage of cases are directly caused by inherited genes. The vast majority of people who develop Alzheimer's do so because of a combination of lifestyle habits, environmental influences, and overall health choices. That means you have a lot more control over your brain's future than you might think. Imagine two people. One follows a healthy diet, stays physically active, engages their brain regularly with puzzles or learning, and maintains strong social connections. The other eats a highly processed diet, rarely exercises, isolates himself from friends, and doesn't challenge their brain. Even if both individuals have a family history of Alzheimer's, their choices will dramatically influence their likelihood of developing the disease. The good news? Science is proving that simple, everyday habits can help protect your brain and reduce the risk of cognitive decline. One of the biggest things you can do is focus on your diet. Have you ever heard of the Mediterranean diet? It's packed with brain-boosting foods like leafy greens, berries, nuts, olive oil, and fish. Studies show that people who follow this type of diet have a much lower risk of Alzheimer's compared to those who consume lots of processed foods and unhealthy fats. It's not about making drastic changes overnight, but small adjustments, like swapping out fried foods for healthier fats, can have a huge impact over time. And let's talk about movement. Exercise isn't just about keeping your body strong. It's one of the best things you can do for your brain. Even simple activities like walking, stretching, or dancing can improve blood flow, reduce inflammation, and help build new connections in the brain. The key is consistency, finding an activity you enjoy and making it part of your daily routine. Have you ever noticed how a short walk can clear your mind and lift your mood? That's your brain thanking you for the movement. Then there's social interaction, something that many people overlook when it comes to brain health. Loneliness and isolation can actually increase the risk of cognitive decline, while strong social connections help keep your brain engaged and active. It's why staying in touch with friends, joining clubs, or even just chatting with neighbors can be so beneficial. Human connection keeps our mind sharp. Another important factor is sleep. Many people think of sleep as just a way to rest the body, but in reality, it's when the brain does some of its most important work, cleaning out toxins, organizing memories, and recharging itself. Poor sleep, especially over long periods, can increase the risk of Alzheimer's. So if you're not prioritizing quality rest, now is the time to start. Even simple changes like setting a bedtime routine, avoiding screens before bed, and keeping a cool, dark room can make a huge difference. The bottom line, while genetics might put you at a higher risk, your daily habits hold incredible power in shaping your future. And that's empowering, isn't it? Knowing that small, positive changes can help protect your memory and keep your mind strong for years to come. Alzheimer's is an inevitable part of aging. It's something we can take action against starting today. And that leads us to another common misconception that many people believe. Let's dive into that next. Now, we've talked about the first dangerous myth, but there's another one that's just as misleading, and it's something far too many people believe. Have you ever heard someone say, if no one in my family had Alzheimer's, I don't have to worry about it? It sounds reassuring, right? But here's the truth. This idea is completely false, and it's one of the biggest myths that can lead people to ignore early warning signs. Yes, genetics do play a role in Alzheimer's, but what most people don't realize is that only about 1% of cases come from a directly inherited gene. That means for the vast majority of people, lifestyle and environment have a much bigger impact than family history. In other words, just because your parents or grandparents didn't have Alzheimer's doesn't mean you're immune to it. And on the flip side, even if someone in your family did have it, that doesn't mean you're destined to get it either. The real question isn't just about genes. It's about the daily choices you make. Scientists have found that certain habits, like staying socially engaged, eating brain-boosting foods and keeping your mind active can dramatically lower your risk. One study even found that people who follow a brain-healthy lifestyle can cut their risk of dementia by up to 40%. That's nearly cutting your chances in half. So, what can you do to keep your brain strong? One of the most powerful things is movement. And no, I don't mean you have to start running marathons or lifting heavy weights. Simple activities like walking, gardening, or even dancing can do wonders for your brain health. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, helps clear out harmful proteins, and even promotes the growth of new brain cells. And the best part? It's never too late to start. But movement isn't the only thing that matters. What you eat plays a huge role, too. Researchers have found that diets rich in leafy greens, berries, nuts, and healthy fats, like olive oil and fish, can protect the brain from decline. Some experts even call these foods brain medicine because of how powerful they are. And here's something really interesting. Did you know that social connection is just as important as diet and exercise when it comes to brain health? In fact, people who stay socially engaged tend to have sharper memories and a lower risk of Alzheimer's. It makes sense, doesn't it? When you're having a conversation, telling stories, or playing games with friends, your brain is actively working. It's like a workout for your mind. Now, this brings us to our next big myth, and it's one that many people believe without even realizing it. Let me know if you like any adjustments or if you're ready for the final part. Smiling face with smiling eyes. We've uncovered 2 dangerous myths about Alzheimer's so far. But this last one might be the most damaging of all because it stops people from taking action when it matters most. Many people believe that there's nothing you can do to prevent Alzheimer's. They think that if it's going to happen, it's just part of aging and there's no way to stop it. But that's simply not true. Yes, Alzheimer's is a complex disease, and scientists are still working to fully understand it. But we already know that certain lifestyle choices can significantly lower your risk. In fact, the World Health Organization has confirmed that up to 40% of dementia cases could be delayed or even prevented with the right habits. Think about that for a moment. Nearly half of all cases could be avoided. That's huge. And it means that you have more power over your brain health than you might think. So, what are some of the most powerful things you can do? First, keep learning. Your brain loves a challenge, and the more you use it, the stronger it stays. Whether it's learning a new language, playing an instrument, or even just doing puzzles, activities that make you think can help keep your brain sharp. Second, get enough sleep. Poor sleep is one of the biggest risk factors for Alzheimer's, yet so many people ignore it. When you sleep, your brain clears out toxins that build up during the day, including the harmful proteins linked to Alzheimer's. If you're not sleeping well, your brain isn't getting the deep cleaning it needs. And finally, manage your stress. Chronic stress isn't just bad for your heart, it also damages your brain. Finding ways to relax, whether it's through meditation, deep breathing, or simply spending time in nature, can go a long way in protecting your memory and mental clarity. So let's go back to that myth. There's nothing you can do to prevent Alzheimer's. Now you know the truth. There's so much you can do. And here's the most important thing to remember. It's never too late to start. No matter your age, small changes today can add up to a healthier brain tomorrow. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on staying sharp and healthy as you age. Here's to a strong mind and a vibrant life at any age.